No, Paige. It's not time for that. Hello, everyone. I feel like I owe you all an explanation. Alright? It's story time. Alright, so get in. I have no idea where we're going. Okay. So, some of y'all out there might be wondering about some of the inside jokes me and my friends have about Brian and Ex Mortis has left the game. Which is funny because they're both connected. So I'm going to be explaining both of them. They're both part of the same. The Ex Mortis has left the game is directly connected to the Brian meme. And yeah, let me try to explain it as best as I can. So the Brian meme is loosely based off someone we know in real life named Brian, who coincidentally, in reality, himself is almost not perfect. We may have embellished a few facts and exaggerated a few instances, but we did it for humor. But Brian is basically a combination of the Bad Luck Brian meme and the Kyle meme. And it's as simple as that. You sort of just fusion those two things together, and boom, you get the Brian. I think that's what I'll use to help distinguish if I'm asked about it, is that we're not talking about Bad Luck Brian, we're talking about the Brian. Now, that's a simple enough explanation, but the Ex Mortis has left the game inside joke is more connected to an incident that I myself was involved in. I was involved in this incident, and it also involves an old game called Halo Wars. Now, for those of you who don't know, Halo Wars is a real-time strategy game, or RTS, made by Ensemble Studios, and was released in 2009. It takes place in the Halo universe, 21 years before the events in Halo Combat Evolved. Now, in this RTS, you can play as 6 different leader characters. There's 3 human and 3 Covenant. And they all have units that are, how should I say, obviously connected to whether they're human or the alien Covenant. And some of them have specialty units. Alright. So, in this game, there's a maximum team battle setting of 3 versus 3 that we would play every now and then. And I can't remember specifically. Brian used to always play as Regret, and so would I. That's one of the alien dudes he's the guy who has the hovering chair and the space laser. And our friend Ex Mortis would play as the Brute Chieftain, who had like the gravity hammer vortex thing. And this time we were playing a 3v3 game, and I believe Brian chose to play as a human. And I forget who we were fighting, but Ex Mortis came up with a strategy, and he asked Brian, he was like, "Hey Brian, can you do me a favor right at the beginning, go for Cobras." The Cobra was a human anti-vehicle unit. Alright? It was the human's anti-vehicle unit. And all Ex Mortis asked him to do was, "Brian, just make a bunch of Cobras, because he's going to need those Cobras." Ex Mortis had a plan that involved an anti-vehicle unit that he didn't have and couldn't make. Because at the time, I believe Brian was playing as Anders and Ex Mortis was playing as the Brute Chieftain, and I was playing as Regret, and I forget what I was doing. Probably was building anti-air. Was probably building vampires. Now, the reason... Alright, let me just continue the story. So Brian's like, oh yeah, man, I got you. Cobras, I'm gonna build cobras out the yin yang. I'm gonna build so many cobras. You won't believe how many cobras I'll have. And Ex Mortis was like, okay. So somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes later, after building up, we're still building up. It's still near the beginning of the game. Sometimes RTSs could last a while if you didn't have an expert rush strategy and you didn't know how to defend against it, or if you were using a rush strategy and it went off well, you know, what have you. There are many different instances that could have changed that. Many variables. But about 5 to 10 minutes into the game, I can't remember. It was a while ago. This was maybe during the year or second year that the game had been out. Ex Mortis goes to Brian. Well, in the headset chat, he asked Brian. He was like, "Hey Brian, you got those cobras ready?" And it's silent for a few seconds, maybe like 5, maybe a little bit longer than like an instant answer of answering the question. But instead of building cobras, I don't know what Brian built. I think he built a bunch of air units. I think he built a bunch of hornets or hawks. And he went over Ex Mortis's base. He went over to Ex Mortis's base, and he, without even batting an eye, just said to Ex Mortis, with his flying air army of no Cobra units, said, "What the fuck is a Cobra?" And literally, I cannot lie, and the reason I found it so hilarious and why I tell the story over and over again is that less than like 3 seconds later, on the top left of my screen, I see Ex Mortis has left the game. And I just start laughing. And Brian is so oblivious, he goes to attack the enemy. And then I'm just sitting there laughing. And he is like, "What's going on? Why are you laughing?" And I'm like, dude, Ex Mortis just left. And Ex Mortis is still in the Xbox Live party. But he's not in the game, so he just goes, yeah, I did. And that's it. It's a simple little story of some friends. We were playing an old school RTS. Well, it's not old school. I mean, I guess it's old school now. I think it's 11 years old now. Jeez. God, I'm getting old. But, yeah, that's the story. That's the story. Brian was being such a Brian that day that Ex Mortis quit out of the Halo Wars match. He was done. He asked him to do one thing: build Cobras. And Brian did not build Cobras. And I hope this short little video explains and gives you a little inside idea of the jokes that those 2 inside jokes that me and my friends keep on reusing. Just because I want you all to be in the know, and we will probably use and talk about those jokes again and those instances. And if we ever mention the Brian and we start telling a story about something he did, maybe you have a better grasp of his character and personality. And yeah, that's it. I do plan on making more apology/confessions and maybe explanations if need be, if you guys ask questions and I feel the need to answer them in this format. I think the next one I'm going to apologize for is for saying racist/sexist things that I haven't even said. I'm going to apologize for them preemptively, even though I haven't done any of that. And I don't plan on doing it on purpose either. But I feel like if I make a pre-apology for something I didn't do like that, I think that'd be something nice. That'd be something we can share. And you'd be like, hey man, he never said anything about it, but he apologized very well for it, even though he never said it. You know what I mean? I feel like that'd be pretty good for building our what is now a weird satirical YouTube channel that is self-aware. I don't even know how to describe it. Something beautiful. But thank you all. I hope you enjoyed this little story I had for you. If you liked it, do the thing, like, comment, subscribe, yada yada. And I will see you all in the next one, hopefully. You all have a good day. Bye for now.